Hi there, it's Olga. I hope you're doing great. Today I'm gonna be making a card with multiple charms attached to it. We're also going to dig a little bit deeper into how to make this type of projects, and also I'll be giving some practical advice on how to attach the charms. Let's start from the very beginning. For this card, I'm going to create an elongated card base that is 3 by 7 inches. Although the main focus of this card is going to be the embellishments, the proportions and the entire layout are extremely important because without the proper composition, the end project is not going to look good. To create the background, I'll be using this Trellis die from Card Builder panel die set, as well as 2 outline dies. I'm using the largest one just to create a plain panel, and the rest too is to create the trellis and cut around it. Strip dies normally cut through much better than the large background dies, so it worked from the first time, and now I'm just clearing out the negative pieces with the brush tool. You can totally use 2 different colors for the trellis and for the mat, but I have decided to go with just one color. This is cream cardstock. That's because I don't want to draw too much attention away from the embellishments. So I have centered the panel on my card base and I've stuck it down. And now I'm applying some liquid adhesive onto the trellis, and I'm going to attach it on top of the panel as well. As always, the tools and supplies I'm using will be listed down below in the description box as well as on my blog. Next, I'll be using a few more Paper Discovery dies. This swirl I've die cut 3 times out of white and gold, and I did the same with that love sentiment from the corner die set. The circle die is from Card Builder die set, and those leaves are also from the same set as the swirl. Sounds a bit complicated, but it's quite easy with a supply list. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the swirl dies and also the 3 sentiment dies, one on top of another. I'm normally doing it just to create more dimension, but in this case we will also need it for more sturdiness because those die cuts are going to hold heavy charms. I definitely recommend layering in this case because this will prevent the die cuts from tearing or breaking. Next, I'm going to create the charms themselves. I normally do it myself using some jewelry making tools. This is the round nose pliers. I'm simply inserting the stud into the bead, and then I'm creating the loop at the top. Those beads and head pins are really inexpensive and they will probably last you for years. Then I'm going to attach a jump ring onto each of the charms. You do need to add a jump ring if you want your charm to dangle from side to side on your card. Otherwise, it's going to be pressed onto the card and it's not going to move. Then I'm going to apply some glue onto the sentiment die cut. This type of dies is just perfect for attaching charms. Anything that has swirls on it works like a hook, so go ahead and attach anything you want to it. Now I just have to press down the very end of the die cut and hold it down, and this way the charm will be sealed on a card. Now I'm going to attach that entire circle onto the card, and since the surface is textured, I was worrying the foam squares will not hold to it too well, so I'm also adding a bit of liquid glue. That sentiment circle with a charm would work great on its own, but I'm going to add another bigger swirl as if it's coming out of that swirl on the sentiment. I just trimmed off the very top a little bit, then I'm applying the liquid glue again and adding a charm to each of the hooks on a swirl. And then I'm placing it onto the card, tucking it behind the circle. Once it's positioned, I'm going to hold down the ends of each swirl to make sure they're really attached to the card and the charm's not gonna come off. I've die cut a bunch of small leaves out of gold mirror cardstock as well as out of white cardstock, and now I'm going to add them to my project as finishing touches. I'm going to start with the golden leaves since those create more contrast, and then I'm going to use the white ones as kind of space fillers. I'm tucking the leaves behind a circle frame as I'm sticking them down. Since this frame is the same color as the background, the leaves are really going to help it to stand out more. It's also going to help me to create that feeling of a leafy branch and the raindrops hanging down from it. Once I'm finished attaching the leaves, I can call this card done. There are of course more ways to attach charms to your card, and I have a whole collection of these tutorials. If you want to check them out, I have the link to the playlist down below in the description, and it will also appear on the screen at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back really soon.